Hi there, so this is a kind of quick first review of my Amflow PL Carbon. I'm not really into posting a load of content or really into doing YouTube videos, so it's going to be pretty basic, just shooting it with my iPhone and kind of giving my first thoughts and things that I can kind of see already that I might kind of alter on it. So it's a size medium. It fits me just about right. I normally ride a medium in Santa Cruz. I ride an S3 in Specialized. So it fits around that. My other bike is a Santa Cruz High Tower V3. It feels very similar to that, other than I feel with this, I'm a bit on top of the bike and not as much in it. Probably because the bottom bracket's a little bit higher, the cranks are a bit short, so you tend to kind of like, it just feels a bit different. To me anyway. Reach feels okay, the head angle feels okay. Yeah, just ridden it on one of the trails at Lady Cannon's, which is kind of a flow blue trail, and loads of fun. Carried speed well, cornered well, really great. As a lot of people have pointed out, something that I'm going to do is change the tyres. So the Assegai is great up front, it's a great tyre, but it could do with really being a max grip rather than a max terra. So I'm going to change it for my Minion max grip. The dissector on the back does not have enough tread for winter, so I'm going to change that to a Minion as well. It does feel like Amflow have kind of like missed out a bit there by not speccing a Minion DHR double down on the back and probably just a max grip Assegai on the front, and I would have left it as it was. Yeah, a bit annoying. In terms of the gearing, SRAM gear and the GX stuff just works. It's not fancy, it's not amazing, but it does its job. Some people have pointed out the Maguras take quite a lot of bedding in, and I have to agree, I'm kind of finding that myself, that I've done quite a few rides up and down steep like tarmac roads just to try and bed them in, and they're still not getting that kind of initial bite. It feels like there's some clamping force there, but it does feel like the pads are the things that just aren't quite biting. I'm hoping that a few more rides and a bit more bedding in, and that might kind of help it all. In terms of looks, I really love it. It's got a very specialised stump jumper kind of like look to it in that way. I think it's quite understated and I like that. The forks are working okay so far, so is the rear shock. Early days, not really put them through a lot. Things that, like I said, I would change, probably tyres. The brakes I'm going to hold out on a bit longer, but if I can't get the power I want out of them and the bite I want, then I'm probably going to change it to something like a Maven. I do like the lever feel. So you've got like a really nice positive lever throw that there's not much dead space there, and when you pull them on, it's really nice and firm, and I do like that. People have complained about a flexi bar and stem. I'm only a 75 kilo rider and I've not found that problem yet. The display's wicked. I mean, if you've had e-bikes before, it's just another step above. Like the touch displays, really responsive. It's really easy to use, really intuitive. The handlebar remotes being Bluetooth kind of keeps the cable clutter down. I mean, and if you went for a access dropper and an access dropper post, you'd just have your brake cables and it just looks super clean. Weight wise, I do think it comes in around that kind of 22 kilo mark, which is light for a bike like this. Range, I don't really know yet. So I've got 66% battery left. I've done 7.2 miles, mainly in kind of like trail and auto. I also rode to work on it this morning, which was another 3.5 miles. So 10 miles, used about 40% battery, probably done about 1,500 foot of elevation gain. It is cold though, it's only about 2 degrees out, which definitely is going to be impacting, I think, the battery. Also, the motor's really new. I've only done two. This is only like the second time I've ridden it, so I do think that might loosen up and free up a little bit. In terms of rattle, there is rattle coming from a few places, but I'm going to try and just tighten a few bolts here and there. Like a complete numpty, I forgot to take that stupid rear cassette thing off that they put on all brand new bikes. If somebody works in the bike industry, I hope you can explain why they leave that on a bike, or they put it on a bike in the first place. come on, man, just when you send me a new bike from a shop, do I really need that on it? But overall, super happy with it so far. Really glad I bought it. Fingers crossed I have got one that doesn't have many issues or problems. Definitely read the instructions before trying to adjust the seat post height. I almost fell foul to that, kind of started adjusting it and went, oh yeah, you idiot, you need to undo the bolts, which are this one here, and also these two, which double up as bosses for the water bottle mount. So before you mount your water bottle, make sure you get your saddle height right, otherwise you have to take your water bottle mount off as well, just to adjust that. Apart from that, I don't really know what to say that everybody else hasn't already said. I mean, the motor is definitely the standout. I think the silhouette of it is so subtle as an e-bike. It's really quiet as well. Definitely, even in turbo, even in boost, it is as quiet going uphill as any other e-bike motor I've ever used. Yeah, dead happy with it. As I go forward owning it, I'll try and put some effort into putting more videos on. There's loads of other guys putting videos on at the minute who've gone into much more detail than me, but this was more just like my first opinion and a few things that I've already noticed. So yeah, if you want to put any comments there, I'll try and answer them. And like I said, after a few more rides and playing about a bit more, I'll see what else I think of it. Yeah, hope it's been of some use.